Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Pullows, and this is The Other Side of the Pullow, as a series where I look at things that maybe I think are a little spicy. And today we're talking about Blizzard's new campaign here for Overwatch called Support a Streamer, where you can get the Medic Brigitte skin for Brigitte in Overwatch by gifting 3 subs to eligible streamers during the campaign period. So there's a lot here, and I'm gonna try to present it in a facts first, and then we'll kind of dive into it later, because it's really important, I think, to build a real solid foundation here with this and kind of set y'all up as the viewer in the best way possible to understand what I'm trying to talk about here, because it has so many little nuances and side paths and different directions you can go in and talk about. And so we're going to try to lay out the facts and then take everything step by step here. So first we'll go over the info here, and this is all presented or gained from the Blizzard site, news.blizzard.com. This is a news article that they posted on June 27th. Which is talking about the new event, the Support a Streamer event, where they're partnering with Twitch to give the Medic Brigitte skin for Overwatch. So what is this all about? What are the details? Well, we have it here. The event duration will run from June 29th at 11 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time to July 20th. So a little less than a month at, again, 11 a.m. PDT. And so in order to participate and earn the skin, you'll need to gift a total of 3 subs at any tier, with the minimum tier being $5. You have to gift 3 subs to any of the 150 eligible streamers, which we'll get to later, that image of all of them. And you have to gift them the subs while they are streaming and in the Overwatch category. So if you gift a total of 3 subs to eligible streamers while they're streaming in the Overwatch category, and you don't gift them anonymously, so you have to have your name up there, so Polo's gifted 3 subs, if you do all of that, then you've just earned yourself the Medic Brigitte skin. And the redemption codes are only available for the PC versions of Overwatch. And the codes also expire at the end of the year if not redeemed. And currently, as far as I'm aware, as far as this post says, there is no other way that this skin will be available. This is a legendary skin, okay? It can't be bought outright. The only way to earn this skin is through gifting these subs during the event period. And once the campaign ends on July 20th, then that is it. It will not be attainable again in the future, presumably, unless they say otherwise. And off the bat, if that seems maybe kind of convoluted with a few extra steps there and maybe confusing and maybe not the most consumer-friendly thing in a number of the practices, then, that's why I'm making this video, right? Because I think that there are quite a few issues I have with this from a consumer standpoint and from a FOMO perspective and all of that. So let's get to it. So one of the first important bits of info to know, besides the event duration itself and the actual event, is how can I actually keep track of these gifted subs? And well, there's not actually a way. There's, as you can see here, this is on their FAQ from the news article, and it says, of the question being, can I track how many eligible gift subscriptions I've done for the campaign? The answer being, while there is not a centralized location to track progress in the campaign, users may refer to their Twitch payment history to review recent purchases of gift subscriptions to eligible channels. This should be used only as a reference for successful gift subscription purchases and does not guarantee the gifted subscriptions qualified for the campaign. So if you gift a sub, there's no way to actually see if that is an eligible sub that you gifted, if you gifted it correctly and you did it to one of the eligible streamers during the event period while they were in the Overwatch category. There's no way for you to track that specifically. The only way that you would know is if you gift 3 of them and then you receive the code, which will show up in your inbox on Twitch up to 24 hours later. And to me, this really ends up putting a lot of the pressure on the Twitch streamers as customer service and tech support here, because you're going to have a lot of viewers who are going to be very confused. And be, asking, well, hey, where's my skin? I haven't seen it yet. Are you eligible? Should I go somewhere else? And it really puts, I think, a lot of that effort onto the Twitch streamer. And I think then it also puts a lot of that confusion and annoyance and anger onto that Twitch streamer. Not that it's their fault at all. And just something to point out, something that I think kind of reinforces this. So I watch Krendor, right? And while writing the script for this video, I saw him start streaming Overwatch 2. And he had the title, and it just was Overwatch 2 Beta with Nerds. And then later, couldn't have been more than an hour, maybe half an hour later, I noticed that in addition to that, he also said, then in parentheses, skin drops promo tomorrow. Which to me, right, means that he was getting enough questions about it to warrant him putting that in the title. So already, I mean, you have people being confused and not understanding how all of this works. And again, there's no way to track, right, the gifted subs here. And this also then leads to an opportunity of, well, if I do it incorrectly, is there a chance that I'll have to spend another $5 on a sub? So all this talk of, well, what is an eligible redemption? How does this work? We'll go back to this post here, or this section here. So as mentioned, right, the eligible redeem, you have to do it during the time period, which starts on June 29th to July 20th. And the streamer must be one of the 150 on the list. And they also have to be specifically in the Overwatch category. Now, there is an Overwatch 2 category, but they have to be in the Overwatch category. And also, there's, the Overwatch 2 beta releasing on June 28th. And we'll get into that later, as that can cause some confusion there. And also, again, it can't be an anonymous gift. So let's say that you gifted one of the eligible streamers 3 subs on June 28th. Well, they don't count because you didn't do it during the event period. Okay. Well, now I'm going to gift them, I'm going to do it during the event period, and they're an eligible streamer, okay? But, oh, whoopsies, they were in Overwatch 2, or they were in just chatting, or they were offline. Oh, that doesn't count. Okay, well, now I made sure they were in the Overwatch category. I made sure that they're an eligible streamer. It's during the event period. But I accidentally selected to anonymously gift them. Well, that doesn't count. So there are a lot of restrictions, and there are a lot of caveats, right? It's not just, it can be very confusing. And again, I'll get into that because of the whole Overwatch 2 beta releasing right along this time frame as well. And it's also, I think it's an important thing to note here. I think it's important to see that, if you sub to one of these channels, it doesn't do anything. This isn't a sub event, it's a gift event. So you yourself don't benefit from gifting a sub, right? You don't, you get the gift, the gift badge or whatever, perhaps, but you receive less ads, you don't get emotes or anything like that. So the only way you receive benefit from this is purely the skin. Now you could hop on an alt account and you could gift yourself a sub. That is something that you could do. But, subscriptions to yourself and subscriptions, long-term subscriptions to others don't count. So, like, if you were to, you can't buy 3 months of sub for yourself, for example, that wouldn't count because it's a subscription. If you gifted 3 months of subscription to another person, it would still only count as one gifted sub. So you have to do 3 separate subscriptions to separate people in these streams for it to actually count. So again, it just makes it really complicated and convoluted. And then you add to that the fact that if you do make some kind of mistake here, I gifted the wrong streamer, they weren't in the right category, there's no way to refund that purchase. Twitch does not allow you to refund gifted subs. They're final purchases. The purchases are final. So that's just your $5 gone. Meaning, again, there's a very good opportunity that people will end up paying more than $15 for this skin if they make a mistake, which is pretty easy to do. And again, so even though in this whole thing, Blizzard does not a single time mention Overwatch 2, the Overwatch 2 beta released on June 28th, with this news post being on the 27th of June and the promotion, the campaign itself, being on June 29th. And I think this is another huge reason that will be causing confusion. Because the campaign itself doesn't start till the 29th, but the beta starts on the 28th. So you have the potential of people being confused and ending up spending their money, their $15 for 3 gifted subs on the 28th when the beta releases, when one would logically think that an event, a promotion and campaign would start at the same time that a beta is released. You could spend your money and well, it didn't count because it wasn't part of the campaign. And also, well, then now this gets into the issue of the categories, right? Because in Blizzard's post, they do not mention Overwatch 2 at all. They don't mention the beta. They don't. This for all intents and purposes is an Overwatch event. The first Overwatch game, not Overwatch 2, right? And if you're in the Overwatch 2 category, playing Overwatch 2, and somebody gifts you a sub and you're an eligible streamer, that won't count for them. All right? And I could pretty much guarantee you everyone on the list is going to be playing the Overwatch 2 beta. And then that forces the streamers into a very precarious situation, right? So either you play Overwatch, right? Which is apparently what they intend you to do. You play the first Overwatch in the Overwatch category, and you're good to go in terms of Twitch's, stream in the right category stuff. And however, though, you're not playing the beta, which is the big thing that people want to watch, right? But at least you're good in Twitch's eyes. And also your viewers can get their gifted subs can count. Or you could stream Overwatch 2 beta in the Overwatch 2 category, as one should, right? There's a category for each of these games. But then if you do that, since you're not in the Overwatch category, none of the gifted subs are going to count for people to get their skins, because you need to be in the Overwatch category, not the Overwatch 2 category. But now, and again, you're still in Twitch's, you're in their good light here, because you're in the correct category, but now your viewers are getting screwed over. Or, and this is what I think most people will do, and the scenario that will most likely happen for the majority of the streamers, is that you do stream Overwatch 2 beta in the Overwatch category. This will allow all of the gifted subs to you to be counted for people to get their skins. This will allow you to play the new content, the beta. But of course, now you're playing a game in the wrong category, which is against Twitch's. I actually looked through the TOS and it's not in there. I don't know if it's an unspoken rule, a guideline somewhere else, but I know that it's a thing that people have been punished for before, especially with just chatting, and you had the whole hot tub section created so people could go there in the correct category. So Blizzard and Twitch are forcing content creators to make this choice, right? And ultimately, again, what's going to happen is that people are going to stream Overwatch 2 in the Overwatch category. And then this will also cause all the people who are just playing Overwatch to not be able to be found at all. There's no findability. You're just going to be totally smooshed under all of these, big streamers playing Overwatch 2, not even the correct category. But this gets to the whole point of, by Blizzard in their news post not posting anything about the beta or anything about Overwatch 2, it gives them plausible deniability. And they can say that, well, we never said that you should stream Overwatch 2 in the Overwatch 1 category. We never said that was okay or that you should do that at all. And yet clearly, that's what's going to happen. But Blizzard is perfect. They are the masters of being technically correct. As we saw Wyatt Cheng with Diablo Immortal say that, well, you can't buy gear. There's no way to spend money to buy gear in Diablo Immortal. And that is technically true. The individual gear pieces like your chest, your leggings, your boots, you cannot purchase for real money. However, you can purchase gems, and that's where most of your power comes from. So technically true, but really scummy nonetheless. And that's exactly the kind of language that we're seeing here again. which I think is just such a easy pattern to detect, right? And I'll throw up the eligible list of streamers here. Again, if you want a more concrete, you want your time to be able to look at this, you can either pause this or you can go to the site that I've linked below, their actual news article here. But, I mean, the whole point of the event is supporting streamers, right? And yet, the first name we see is XQC, a millionaire, multi-billionaire. And there's many instances of that on here, right? And I think that that's very, I mean, who determines these 150, right? Who determines who even gets to be on here? And the whole point of this campaign in the first place. And another important bit, too, that I'll say is with the Overwatch 2 beta, which, again, isn't technically a part of this campaign, but if you want to get in on it and you want to get that content out to your viewers, you can opt into the beta and hopefully receive access. Now, there is guaranteed access in one of two ways. Either Blizzard has stated themselves that they plan to give guaranteed access to everybody who opts into the beta on or before July 14th, which is 6 days before the beta ends. Or you can gain access by spending $40 on the Watchpoint pack. And the Watchpoint pack, as we see here, you get, and well, it doesn't say it here. I could not find the PNG that I know describes everything. Again, Blizzard is actually good at scrubbing things somehow, and I don't know why they seem to remove things and make them hard to find, especially with Overwatch. I mean, I think it's because they're constantly changing their thought process and their plan forward. But you do get guaranteed beta access if you buy this $40 Watchpoint pack, as well as a number of other perks, such as, you know, a couple skins, and you also get 2,000 of their virtual currency for Overwatch 2, even though we have no idea the money that is actually required to earn that much currency. We can see that it's 1,000 currency per battle pass, but still, how much money does that translate to? But again, this forces a situation where these streamers, the content creators, are going to be paying $40 so they can guarantee to get in on that beta. Now again, you have Blizzard's Plausible Deniability saying, well, we never said that people should stream Overwatch 2. But if you have XQC playing Overwatch 2, and then you have Krendor playing Overwatch 1, who are you going to watch and give subs to? I mean, who are the vast majority, right? Like, I would still give subs to Krendor if I even participated, which I won't be. But, you know, the vast majority of people, I think, are going to flock to the bigger streamers. So a final point here before closing remarks is in another one of their FAQs here, with the question being posed, where can I find my campaign rewards once I've earned them? With the answer being the campaign reward code will be delivered to the user's Twitch notification inbox once they have been earned. The notification inbox can be found to the right in the top navigation bar on Twitch. The codes will remain there until the user deletes the message or until the message expires. And so here, then I have two different expiry dates. In one of them, we have the fine print. We have the fine print on the very bottom of the page below all of this that says, presumably then that message on Twitch that you actually then click on to get your redeem code, that message itself on the top image here expires on 12/22/2022. So that will be in December, late December, right? But the actual then redeem code itself in the second image here doesn't expire until the end of that month, 31st. So again, more confusion. Why are there two separate things here, two separate expiry dates? Again, the item code details here is this is what most people will see. They'll say the code expires on the 31st of December and think, okay, cool. I have until the 31st of December to even touch the code. Well, in reality, though, if you wait until the 22nd, if you wait until the 23rd of December, one day after, and you haven't redeemed it on Twitch, then it's just gone. Your code's just lost. And Blizzard has also stated that they will not be able to give you another code. They will not be able to replace lost codes. So will you just have to, at this point, the campaign will have been over for months. So are you just SOL now? And again, like why is this even the case, right? Why are there just so many layers of confusion on layers of confusion on here? Why is any of this necessary at all? And And if you delete the message, if you accidentally delete the message, then what? I mean, is there a further thing you can look into and you can see it and you can get confirmation there, or again, are you just you're just SOL? Shouldn't have been stupid or whatever Blizzard and Twitch would say, which I think is it's just not good. How is people make mistakes. I accidentally delete messages all the time. You're clearing out your inbox. Oh, I don't need this anymore. Oh, I don't need this. Or you go to you view more and you accidentally click delete, and well, it's just gone now. so closing thoughts here, right? So to me, all of this is very anti-consumer. It's very convoluted. It is purposefully confusing to get you to spend your money and then have to spend it again, right? If they wanted players to have this and they wanted players to be able to support Twitch streamers, why not make it donations? Why not make it, donate or just subscribe even? Because that you can easily keep track of your subscriptions. Or even, again, why not just make it a flat-out purchase? Again, so what would this look like if this were consumer-friendly, if this were truly a consumer-friendly thing? Well, to me, that would mean it's a one-time purchase that's always available. So it'll be in Overwatch, it'll be in Overwatch 2, it'll be on the Battle.net site, and you can just say, you can put your credit card info in, and $15 gets you the skin. Period. That's just it. And it's always there. It's not going away. There's no convoluted means to get it. That would be the most consumer-friendly version of that, right? But of course, they're not going to make as much money. $15 a person compared to, well, if we make it FOMO, fear of missing out, we make it limited, we make it so that people might accidentally do it incorrectly and have to spend, because it's not just gift a sub. No, you have to give 3 subs before you get any feedback as to whether or not you did it correctly. And that could take 24 hours. So it's every time you do it, it's $15. And to imagine the case of, well, I've spent $15 and, oh man, I messed up. I did it incorrectly. I didn't do it correct, and now I've already spent $15. I might as well keep going. I don't want to lose the skin. I'll just give another 3 subs. They weren't Overwatch 2, not Overwatch. Oh man, there's $30. And I still haven't gotten anything to show for it. Well, surely this time it's good to go. Spend another $15. And finally, it's all correct. And $45 down the drain. Blizzard and Twitch have just tripled their money because of a system that they've made more complicated and convoluted for no reason other than to take more money from you. That's my biggest issue, right? It's not just a flat-out $15 purchase. It's designed to cause accidents and mistakes that make you pay more money. And it's not just a couple more dollars. No, it's $15 every time that you'd want to do this. You have another issue, right, of the fact that you have to go to an external site. You have to go to Twitch, right? If you're an Overwatch player, now you have to go make a Twitch account if you don't already have it. You have to put in your payment info to them. You have to engage in their site to get a skin and everything, which again, not ideal. It would be great if it was all just in one place. And again, the expiry, the fact that you could spend just $15, get this skin, and then forget to redeem it. Think, oh man, I'm just gonna wait a bit. I'm in no rush. I earned it. I'll get to it later, and then you just lose access to it. You literally lose access to something that you earned because it expired. Why? Why is it expiring? Why does it need to expire? I understand maybe they don't want people to just have it forever and, I can sell it on eBay. But is that enough of a reason, though, to say that I can lose a purchase that I made? I don't think so, personally. And then another huge point is that it's PC exclusive. So again, going back to one of our other screens here, at the very bottom on the top here, it says, reward redemption codes available only for the PC versions of Overwatch. And this is only at the very bottom. This isn't at the top of the page. This is at the very bottom of the page in the fine print, past all the FAQ info. You'd have to go this far down to see that you can only get it on PC. Now I know they held an AMA the other day, Blizzard did, and they said, well, maybe we'll have cross progression coming at some point. Maybe we won't, though. So you could be a console player, spend $15, maybe $30, maybe $45, and redeem it on PC with the hopes that someday it'll come to console. And then it doesn't. and you've just lost out on that purchase power. Also, then it maybe could convince you to play on multiple platforms and spend money in multiple different platforms, even though they're not cross progression, right? And I mean, again, you go back on the Twitch category issue of people streaming in Overwatch 2 or Overwatch 1, which is what's going to happen is they're going to be playing Overwatch 2 in Overwatch 1, which is not okay in Twitch's eyes, but they're partnering with Twitch to do this. But then, well, they didn't actually say that you'd be playing Overwatch 2. This is an Overwatch event, not an Overwatch 2 event. So there's the plausible deniability that they're going to pull out. How were these streamers selected here, right? I'm really curious about this. These 150 streamers here. Was it a matter of Blizzard reached out to them? Was it a matter of an internal email they sent to prospective streamers and they had to fill it out? Because what if a streamer didn't ask for this? They didn't want this. They don't want to field all these questions and these potentially angry viewers that are like, I gifted you subs, where's my skin? Was there any consent on the form on the side of the streamer here? I think we'll just, unless one of the content creators tells us about that, I think we won't know. But I'm just curious. I'm really just curious about it. And ultimately, I can just see so much confusion with this event. I can see so many people getting confused and getting annoyed. I mean, on the 28th, the Overwatch 2 beta releases, you see that there's a campaign for a Brigida skin, and you have to give subs, so you go give some subs, and then, oh, thanks for the subs, but come back tomorrow and gift more subs, which I don't blame this. It's not the streamer's fault at all, right? But that's going to be the case, You're going to have people where that happens. And then even if it is on the 29th when the campaign starts, what if a streamer is in the wrong category? Right? That's yet to be seen. Because as I'm recording this, it's the 28th. So the campaign hasn't begun yet. I haven't been watching any Twitch streamers playing it and keeping track of their chats. I personally have no interest in Overwatch 2. So I'm not going to do that, but I'm curious. I'm very curious to see, is there already, are these issues already starting of people gifting subs and then they don't have anything to show for it because they didn't read, because you go onto these streamers and they'll probably have some info or something. They'll see other people gifting subs accidentally, not knowing, and then they'll gift the subs and you can't refund the subs. And I think it's just going to be one big shit show. Honestly, I think there's so much potential here for it to be so chaotic and so many people to be angry, at least in the early days. Once people figure it out, once people get enough annoyed about it, then you'll see posts and you'll see all this coming out. But I think for the 28th and the 29th, it'll be a lot of confusion. And again, it'll be a matter of, are these Twitch streamers going to be in Overwatch 2? Or are they going to be in the Overwatch category? Because according to the post, it's just Overwatch. So there's going to be confusion there, and it's just so convoluted. And so upon seeing this, I felt like I had to make a video about this. I feel like I had to point this out and just kind of, I guess, point out the path that Blizzard's taking with Overwatch 2, right? The monetization. This is their monetization method. This is, look forward to this in the future. They haven't shown us anything about how they plan to monetize, how they plan to go forward, besides that they're selling the $40 Watchpoint pack and there'll be a battle pass and all that, but they haven't given us specifics, right, in words. But now in actions, they are showing us, and I think actions speak a lot louder than words. So, I guess expect a lot more of these promotions going forward that are confusing, anti-consumer, limited, FOMO, all of that kind of stuff. I guess that's the business model we're going to have. And that's a reach, and I'm really just salty at this point. But, we'll see. But thank you so much for watching this video and tuning in. I'm interested to see the fallout that transpires the days to come, see if, what I think is going to happen is true or not. And hopefully, I hope for the best. I hope people aren't going to get screwed over. I hope that everyone will read, and it'll all be very clear, and everyone will be totally fine, be no issues whatsoever. But I doubt it. But thanks for watching. Hope to see you again next time. Bye!